Jai Siya Ram. Happy Ram Navami to everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And tonight is really, really exciting program. And, when we first joined ISKCON, we were just focusing on Lord Krishna. And over the years, we got interested in various avatars. And in the manner, of course, there's Sita Ram, Lakshman, Hanumanji. And we would always, go and visit, our Guru Maharaj. And then he would tell us how he was instrument to install those deities. So over the period, we got to know Sri Ram. And recently we've been reading the Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. He's translated it. And we are really, really enjoying it. So we got the details of the story of the Leela. And today we have a treat for you. We've done a video, 3 minutes Ramayana. And we'll be playing that just before the talk by Guru Sevak Prabhu. But now we will go to the temple, and Pranava and family are miracle workers. It's a lockdown, and we thought it's Ram Navami. We've done great for Nityananda's appearance, and then Gaur Purnima. So what can we do for Ramayana? Would it be different, the backdrop and everything? And he's done it, the whole family. Not only that, they cooked as well for the Lordship, did the Abhishek, dressed them up, and did the Kirtans, and they're still there. I don't think they got a home to go to. I think they have 14 hours banvas, and then they'll go back home tonight, I think, all tired and everything. So anyway, without further ado, we'll go there now. Please remember, being Ram Navami, be charitable, and there's loads of things you can sponsor, cakes, Maha Feast, and there's a cake to be cut as well. So please, Lord Ram and Hanumanji, and your life will be sublime. You will feel a relationship with the Lord Ram. So please, go ahead and sponsor. I think you know the details how to sponsor. You've done it before. So thank you very much for all that. Now we go over to the temple. I think we're doing the Aarti straight away. And there'll be cake cutting afterward. Jai Pujari Dev. Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Siya Ram.
Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Nitai Chan Sachinandana Jaya Nitai Chan Jaya Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Nitai Chan Sachinandana Jaya Nitai Chan Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Nitai Chan Sachinandana Jaya Nitai Chan Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Shobha Janavi Tatavani Jagamana Lobha Janavi Tatavani Hakileni Tai Chan Bhamika Dhadaya Tai Chan Bhamika te adadashri Vasa Chakradhara Vashi Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane Vashi Ache Gaurachan Ratna Arati Korena Brahma Adita Bhagane Arati Lala Hari Adi Kori Tamara Thudaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshadika Sanjaya Mukunda Shankha Baje Kantha Baje Baje Karatala Shankha Madhuramne Danga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhuramne Shankha Bhaje Ghanta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Ghanta Shankha Bhaje, Kantha Bhaje, Madhur Madhur, Madhur Bhaje, Bhaje, Kantha Bhaje, Madhur Madhur Bhaje, Madhur Bhaje, Midday God Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol. Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol. Bahu koti Chandra jini adhana ujvala. Gala deshe vana mala kare jana mala gala deshe vana mala kare jana shiva sukha naratha preme gadaga Gaurangera Rotik Shobha Rakhajana Manalobha Gaurangera Rotik Shobha Jagajana Manalobha Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Namayom Vishnupadhaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namayom Vishnupadhaya Krishna Prasthaya Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Desatarine Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Desatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jayo Vishnupad Paramahams Parivrajagacharya Sri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinde Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jayo Vishnupad Paramahams Parivrajagacharya Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Sakshat Vairagya Srila Gaur Kishodharaj Maharaj Ki Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj Ki Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Sarva Goswami Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Sri Sri Sachidanandita Acharya Ki Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Ki Nilachal Kshetra Sri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Sudarshan Maharaj Ki Sri Sri Radha Gokulananda Radha Madhav Radharman Bhagwan Ki Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ki Giriraj Govardhan Maharaj Ki Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Manima Maharaj Ki Sri Sri Ram Navami Hanumanji Maharaj Ki Jai ISKCON COVENTRY Ki Jai Paramaradha Patitpavan Srila Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Javad Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj Ki. Om Ramanande.
What a beautiful enthusiasm. We all felt we were in the temple. So Darshan, you done very well. You know, you play the mridanga so nicely. You do all the kirtans so nicely. And Pujari there really brings a lot of enthusiasm. And I could hear your mother and Diksha at the back. And you really sounded great. Thank you so much. And, you know, I can't but admire the altar decoration. It's so beautifully done. It's like the sea waves, you know, the waves, like a water pool, kind of swirling, you know, arrangement is absolutely beautiful. And from close by, the deities look so beautiful. And Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and Gonitaya, Radha, Madhav, all of them looking so beautiful. The other night when we were doing Katha, we were talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the camera was on, you know, Sachinandan. And for a brief moment, we saw the deity move. And I called the Pujari saying, are you near the deity somewhere? He goes, no, I'm far away from it. So our deity moved just for that brief moment, because I was saying at that moment, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. You know, Srila Prabhupada is promoting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was moving that day, and it was really, really beautiful. And some people had seen the deity move even a couple of nights before. So, you know, this is the magic of deity worship. And our Pujari Dev loves them, you know, so much, you know, daily, you know, cooking for them, dressing them up, giving us darshan. So we're really, really grateful to our Pujari. And Dinesh always in support. He's with them and so good. And Pranava is the head Pujari and took time out to give us this incredible, attractive altar. So thank you very much. So on a serious note, we'll do Nrsinga the prayers now. And Pankajangri, he's in Kolkata and, you know, is recovering. So I read a little bit of improvement on him. So, but with this virus, you never know, you know, how things are going to go. So let's keep on praying. And for His Holiness Japatak Swami Maharaj and the care team and other devotees, and His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, His Holiness Atma Nivedan Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Marg Maharaj. And recently, you know, Vidya Prabhu lost his father, so we'll pray for him. And Sri Ram will protect him very much. So for other people who are, there's a list here. Bibu Gaur, our Pujari, you know, he got the corona. Vinod Manjari wasn't well for other reasons. Prem Manjari, the ongoing, you know, weakness. Neela Ben with her knees. Shraddha Devi with her wrist. Srimati, Kavita and Sanjay Bajaj. Gadadhar Pandit. Vinod Manjari's father. Prem Mallan and Raj Rishi. Raju and family in Tirupati, they go corona as well. And Shalu Mehta. Aditya Rangan and Satya's brother Chalpati Rao, his lungs got infected because of corona. So let's pray. And also let's pray for the Moscow devotees who were arrested for doing Harinam. and there was a court case. So I'm hurt, but we'll continue to pray and hope we win that. So Pujari Dev, we can do Nrsimha, please. Thank you. And after that, we'll do the cake cutting ceremony.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Adayine. Hiranyakashipu rakshaya. Sharanam Prapadye. Tava Kara Kamala Vare Naka Adbhuta Shungha Dhalita Hiranyakashipu Tana Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Gadesha Hare Jaya Gadesha Hare Jaya Gadesha Hare Tava Kara Kamala Vare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Gadesha Jaya Jaya Nrsimha Nrsimha Jaya Nrsimha Darshan Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev. Jai Gora Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, शंभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, गौर प्रवंदे हरि हरि बोल।
Jai Siya Ram, that was wonderful prayers. And, we need these prayers and we need Lord Ram's protection. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Rakshama. And Lord Ram primarily came to destroy Ravan. And there used to be one Ravan then. But in Kali Yuga now, we have so many Ravans. And we need loads of Lord Rams. But Lord Ram has put the Shakti in his name. So that's why Prabhupada got us chanting throughout the world. And loads of Kirtans are going on throughout the world for various people who are not well. And the betterment for the globe. Now comes the great time. We've got to cut the cake for Lord Ram. I don't know whether when Lord Ram was born there was cake cutting, but must have been loads of feasts, whatever was current then. But today the Pujari has made 2 cakes. One this morning, and then this evening, we're going to cut the cake now. And he told me there's a special prasadam which is offered to the Lordship, which nobody else is going to have. And I won't tell you what it is because he likes pizza. Pujari loves pizza. Whenever it's somebody's birthday, he's hoping there'll be pizza there. So I hope he's offered that to the Lord and he'll enjoy it. Now look at the cake here. The square one is really big. What does he say on top of that, Pujari Dev? Sri Ram. Wow, wow, wow. And, if you write Ram, the Gujarati style is R-A... Oh, no. How did somebody do it?
R-A-M, there is no space for another A.
Oh, yeah. R, and M. If you don't put a line on top of it, it's like 21st and the 4th April. No, I mean, that I see. But Ravi Kiran Prabhu sent something. If you write Ram without writing the line on the top, it's 21-4. It's Ram. So today's that day. Fantastic. So Pujari Dev, who's going to cut the cake?
Both Pujaris, me and Pranava Prabhuji. Is this okay?
Excellent. Let's start. Have you got a ghee lamp?
Yes, Pujari.
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो. Are we ready? So let's cut the cake. 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ram. Happy birthday to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama, Sri Rama. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for coming to planet Earth and making history. So this is his story. That's history. Itihas. Iti has. It means it has happened. These are not just story written by somebody. It's actually events took place. Those places are still there. So it's a real avatar with his story. So later on, Guru Sevak Prabhu will be telling us more inspirational details about Sri Ram. So, okay, so Pranava Prabhu, thank you so much. May Lord protect you, Pujari Dev, and everybody, the whole world. And I believe now you're going to sing a bhajan. Bhajan, I think that's what you scheduled for.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you get ready for that. So while you're setting up, I'll talk a little bit about the program. After this item, we're going to Hinckley, Ishani. She'll be singing something. Let's see. It'll be about Lord Ram. And recently she made a nice track. And he talked about Lord Ram's Leela. So I don't know what it's going to be today, but we'll definitely get a treat. And after that, we'll show the video, which we made. It's a 3-minute Ramayana. Fantastic. Produced by ISKCON Coventry. And we enjoyed making it. And because we are reading the Leela at the moment, it's so nice to actually put it in a video form and a song. And Guru Sevak has sung the song. So you'll be able to see it later on. And after that, there'll be class by Guru Sevak. And following that will be Kirtan by us to end it all by 9 o'clock. So thank you for tuning in. May all of you, get protected. And this year, you have a lot of spirituality. Even though there's lockdown, and we continue to grow spiritually and remain positive. Let's not go down. Just because of lockdown, don't be down. Be up and tune in every day, because we're doing aartis every day. So, make your life really, really happy. When you take darshan of the Lordships, how beautiful they are. Vidhu Prabhu painstakingly paints them regularly, and they look so beautiful. I remember once His Holiness Shiva Maharaj came, gave a talk, and as he was leaving, he turned around and he says, for that size of deity, these are the best looking deities. So there you are. Sachinandanita Chand ki jai. So Pranava, if you're ready, we can hear your kirtan. Thank you. There you are. Look how beautiful they all can look. Are we ready?
Yes, Bertie.
Okay.
Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Varana Bhava Bhaya Dharunam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Varana Bhava Bhaya Dharunam. Navakanjalocana Kanjamukdat Kanjapad Kanjarunam. Kanjalocana Kanjamukakara Kanjapad Kanjarunam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Karana Bhava Bhaya Dharunam. Amita Chavi Navanila Niraja Sundaram. Kandarpa Aganita Amita Chavi Navanila Niraja Sundaram. Padpita Manava Tadita Ruchi Suchi Naumi Janaka Sutavaram. Padpita Manava Tadita Ruchi Suchi Naumi Janaka Sutavaram. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Varana Bhava Bhaya Dharunam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Varana Bhava Bhaya Dharunam. Baj Deen Bandhu Dinesh Dhana Daita Vamshani Kanjanam. Baj Deen Bandhu Dinesh Dhana Daita Vamshani Kanjanam. Raghunanda Ananda Kanda Kaushal Kanda Dasharatha Nandanam. Ananda Kanda Kaushala Kanda Dasharatha Nandanam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Karana Bhava Bhaya Dharunam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Karana Bhava Bhaya Dharunam. Sira Mukkuta Kundala Tilaka Charu Udhar Anga Vibhushanam. Sira Mukkuta Kundala Tilaka Charu Udhar Anga Vibhushanam. Ajhan Bhuj Sar Chap Dhar Sangram Jita Kar Dushanam. Ajhan Bhuj Sar Chap Dhar Sangram Jita Kar Dushanam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Varana Bhava Bhaya Dharunam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Varana Bhava Bhaya Dharunam. Iti vadati Tulasidas Shankar Shesha Muni Mararanjanam. Iti vadati Tulasidas Shankar Shesha Muni Mararanjanam. वासु कुरु कामादिकल धर रंजन हृदय कंजनि वासु कुरु कामादिकल धर रंजन श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजम हरण भव भय धारुणं श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजम हरण भव नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणं श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजम हरण भव भय धारुणं श्री रामचंद्र रामचंद्र कृपालु भजमन हरण भव भय दारुणं श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजमन हरण भव भय दारुणं श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय गुरुदेव जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय
Bol Siyavar Ramchandra Bhagwan ki jai. That was absolutely beautiful. I love that bhajan. Honestly, it's my favorite. I remember when I went to Botswana there, Mr. Mooney, he played that to me. And always wished that we could do that in our temple. So Sudarshan, well done for picking that bhajan up, and you sing so well. And also like to thank Shravan Prabhu. He's on the control desk. And I like some of the pictures you put in of Sri Ram and other things. Really, really inspiring. You're back on form again. So thank you so much. And what we'll do now is we're going to Hinckley, and Ishani is there, and let's see what surprise we have, what bhajan we have from Hinckley, all the way from Hinckley. Jai Ho. I hope you are ready. Oh, there you are. You're ready. The headphones on, mic is on, and the lights are on. You're on. Yes, yeah.
Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Ram.
What have you got for us today? Is the new item or what you did a week ago? Or okay,
It's
well that's
a new
good.
song. That's we are just trying to do something new with your blessings.
All right, go ahead.
Just before we go ahead, is our volume okay? Because last night, unfortunately, we had some trouble.
Well, I can hear you. It looks like you're in the bathroom, which is okay. At least you're clean. No, it sounds all right. Shravan will be saying it. I think it's okay.
Okay. Ram जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम जय राम, राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम। कौशल्या के प्यारे राम, दशरथ राज दुलारे राम, कौशल्या के प्यारे राम, दशरथ राज दुलारे राम, चतुर्भ्रात अवतारे राम, अयोध्या जन रंजन राम, रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम जय राम, राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम। तारकांतक राजा राम, अहिल्या तारन जय श्री राम, अहिल्या तारन जय श्री राम, शिव धनु भंजन श्री राम, जानकी वल्लभ सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम। लक्ष्मण सेवित राजा राम, भरत शत्रुघ्न ही राम, लक्ष्मण सेवित राजा राम, भरत शत्रुघ्न ही राम, रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम, रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम जय सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम, राम राम जय सीताराम, केशव कृष्ण केशव पाहि मां कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव पाहि मां राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष मां हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा सियावर रामचंद्र
Yes, Ram.
जय
Yes,
सिया राम।
yes, Ram. That was fantastic. You know, I like the melody change at the end. And Radha, you did very well. And Prem Prakash, what a committed family we have here. You know, they log in every evening. If anybody's ill internationally, they'll organize, bhajan kirtans. And they're also trying to make tracks and things like that and videos. And what was that key step thing you were telling me the other day?
राम राम जय राजा राम।
So they went into a car park and they got the big guys who are doing something to do Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram. And I think it's great that, when people get initiated, they want to further the movement, Srila Prabhupada's movement. And I was telling him, like, we've been in the movement for so long, we have thought of so many variations. So presently we're so deep into the Krishna consciousness, we don't think of new methods. Whereas the ones who come on new, they are free to think how to outreach. So thank you so much. As a family, as individuals, you all have your good qualities. They shine. They really do, and it's a great asset to Coventry. Same as like Pranava Prabhu, his family, the whole unit, and then Ravi Tej, the whole unit. And that's how we started as the Bandaris in Coventry and Vidur. I'm missing Vidur, terribly on festivals. Usually he's there with us to talk. So, his whole family got involved in Krishna consciousness, and Srila Prabhupada wanted that. So thank you and keep going. You got the rest of your life to glorify Lord Ram and Lord Krishna, and we are supporting you all the way. So Hari Bol and Jai Sri Ram. So next item is very interesting. Anybody has any birthday in the yatra, especially the children, I used to do a song and a video, and then I started to do it for our family, and I improved my skills. So just 2 days ago, I told Guru Sevak, can you sing for me this particular tune? And he did. So last night it got finished, and this morning we were cooking for the Lordship. There's very little time in the afternoon, so we put a video together, and have a look. I hope you like it. It's Ramayana in 3 minutes with our own Guru Sevak singing, and we've done the music. So hope you enjoy it. And after this video, Guru Sevak will give a talk, inspirational talk about Sri Ram. So let's see the video. Hari Bol. Jai Siya Ram.
Raghunandan Raghav Rama Hare Siya 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 Rama Hare Raghunandan Raghav Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Raghunandan Raghav Rama Hare Siya 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 Rama Hare Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Shri Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram Shri
There you are. There's a 3-minute Ramayana. See, this is the benefit of reading daily. So we were reading different details, how the Lordship set ideal examples. And once made a promise, didn't matter what happened, lost his father, had to give up his kingdom, still went on to do and face the enemies. And he actually had taken, come to this planet Earth to destroy Ravan and all of the demons like that. The Lord has a purpose when he comes here. And we are his das, we are his servants. And we should also do that. We should destroy the ignorance of other people. Tell them about Lord Ram. Tell them about Lord Krishna. Tell them about Sanatana Dharma. Tell them about self-realization. So we'll be furthering, the mission of the Lordship when he comes here. And so Sachinandanita Chand, I am empowering all of us. And with this outreach, and I thank all the viewers for tuning in on Ram Navami. Blessings from the Lordship for your family, for yourselves, and for your bhakti and spirituality. Now we'll call on Guru Sevak Prabhu. I mean, every time he gives a talk, there's always some amazing things, he reveals. He's well read. And by the way, I was reading some comments. People enjoyed the satsang earlier on of Ishani, some good comments. And Mahatma Prabhu, he enjoyed it so much. Anil, Rita Vadgama wanted a piece of cake. I don't know how I'm going to arrange that. Rita, you always give me a difficult task. How can I give you a slice of cake? But anyway, we can maybe later on show you the piece. So there is Madhvi there. So yeah, and there's a nice comment there. So we'll go over to Guru Sevak Prabhu. So Guru Sevak Prabhu, are we there? There he is. Yes. You're ready. You're a bit dark. Can we, Ramji, can you switch the lights on? Can we have the lights in your room a little bit more? Make it brighter. Yeah. I think we should invest in floodlights. Okay, that's how it is for now. I think maybe the screen at the back, the camera is offset and made you dark, but doesn't matter. You go ahead now. So are you doing a bhajan first, Kirtan first, and then a talk? Yes.
A little Kirtan first, then the talk. Yeah.
All right, over to you. Jai Siya Ram. Haribo.
Jai Sri. So it's a lovely video showing the pastimes of Lord Rama. Really, almost every pastime's in that. It's lovely. So we'll just start off with a little bhajan, done more like, and then we'll go into the class for today. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita 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 Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram,
कौशल्या के प्यारे राम दशरथ राज दुलारे राम कौशल्या के प्यारे राम दशरथ राज दुलारे कौशल्या के प्यारे राम दशरथ राज दुलारे राम
कौशल्या के प्यारे राम दशरथ राज दुलारे राम
श्री राम जय जय 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 राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Jai Siya Ram. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate idim yat kripatamaham vande paramananda madhava. Right, can you move the camera sort of down here? So Hari Bol everyone, welcome to this wonderful Rama Navami festival. We've had an entire month of reading of Ramayana. And it's been wonderful, the details and everything that we've gone through every day in reading and learning about Lord Ram. It's been wonderful. So it's difficult actually to expand more on something that we've covered in such detail, but we'll try to do that. That's okay there. You can leave it. Right? So there's a wonderful pastime that I'd like to start with. It's not exactly regarding Lord Ram, but it was a conversation between Krishna and Uddhav, and this actually happened in Srimad Bhagavatam. So in the 11th canto, when Uddhav's talking to Lord Krishna, and Uddhav asked Lord Krishna, what's going to happen to the people of Kali Yuga? Uddhav said, I'm going to be delivered, I have no doubt, because I've been involved in your pastimes, and I've visited the gopis in Vrindavan and learnt from them about bhakti to you. And I know I'm going to be saved. He goes, but what about the people in Kali Yuga? What's actually going to happen to them? So Uddhav was concerned about us. And this is the nature of sadhus. They're not concerned about their own welfare. They're more concerned about the welfare of others. And it's actually, I was hearing something wonderful. They said, when you've got initial faith in the Lord and you learn a little bit, you're considered a bhakta, a devotee. But when you have firm nishtha in the Lord, that's when you start to preach. And you actually can then give that message out to everyone with firm conviction in that message. It's okay to preach, even in the initial stages. Devotees get fired up and they go out and preach. But because they themselves, their faith isn't very strong, if someone challenges them with arguments, they're easily defeated. But still, we should go out and preach, because for the innocent, we're there. But when that devotee is firmly convinced and he has the weight of the Shastra behind him and the ability to establish his point, that's when that preaching is given proper fruit and it actually fructifies in the hearts of those that are listening. So this is very important in this age. And Uddhav said, what's going to happen to the people of this age? He said to the Lord, you are going to actually leave this planet. So the Yadavs were actually cursed that they would, it was 36 years after the events of Kurukshetra battle that the Yadu dynasty was finished, 36 years. So in that time, just after that battle, the Yadu dynasty was all wrapped up and Balaramji left and Lord Krishna left. And if you can imagine Uddhav saying, look, you're going to leave here very soon. And this is the time when we need you the most, because now Kali Yuga is coming, and Kali Yuga is very dangerous, very, very dangerous. In a Kali Yuga, Dharma only stands on half a leg. On the other ages, in Satya Yuga, it was standing on all four. In Treta, it was standing on 3. In Dwapara, it was standing on 2. And in Kali Yuga, it's down to half. And that leg is I think. And that leg is only truth. And there's only half, so still there's some value in truth in this world. The other legs, austerity, purity, truthfulness, and dharma. So these other legs, they're not even given any consideration. No one values them, but still to this day, we value truth. Recently, there's been a court case in America everyone's following, and the person was actually found guilty. This was the whole thing behind the Black Lives Matter movement. And everyone was very overjoyed that, look, truth has prevailed. So there's still a value of truth in this world. So Uddhav said, in Kali Yuga, Dharma is only standing on half a leg. What can possibly happen? Lord, you please need to incarnate in Kali Yuga. And Krishna said to Uddhav, even if I did incarnate, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't make any difference. And Uddhav said, why is this? He said, look, in the other yugas, there was never a discrepancy between does God exist? It was always a discrepancy of between who was being worshipped. When it was in Satyayug and you had Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they were worshipping Lord Brahma, but they didn't want to know Lord Vishnu. They disrespected Lord Vishnu, but they worshipped Lord Brahma. So Lord Vishnu came, and because they were inimical towards Lord Vishnu and the devotees of the Lord and giving them trouble, the Lord had defeated them. In Treta Yuga, Ravan worshipped Lord Shiva, but he had no respect for Lord Vishnu. And he disturbed the devotees of Lord Vishnu. And so Sri Ram came and killed him. And the same thing in, Dwapar Yuga with Lord Krishna. So many of the demons there were worshippers of Lord Shiva. But in Kali Yuga, the first thing someone does when they get educated is they question, where is God? Is there a God? I don't believe in God. It was not a question in the previous age between atheism and believing in God. They did believe. Even the demons believed in God. But they didn't necessarily worship Lord Vishnu. So Lord Krishna said, if I incarnate, how many households am I going to incarnate into? In every single one, I have to go there and say, I'm the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the first thing they'll say to me is, prove it. Prove it. So it's not enough. Lord said, simply for me to incarnate is not enough. So when Uddhav asked Krishna, what is actually the remedy for this? And in this age, the remedy is Krishna Katha. It says Srimad Bhagavata Kyoyam Pratyaksha Krishna Evahi. That Srimad Bhagavatam is Sakshad Krishna in this age. And also Kali Kale Nama Rupa Krishna Avatar. In this age, the Lord incarnates as his holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam and these other literatures like Sri Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Puranas, etc. And it's through this medium when the person themselves starts to inquire, who am I? What's the point of life? What am I doing here? And then inquires into, there must be more than this. Why am I suffering? This is when the person will turn to the scriptures and then try to understand. Because this world isn't the superficial world that we're led to believe, that all it's here for is simply to gratify your senses. And how much of that really can we do in this day and age? Look at COVID, everything is shut down. Even if you want to try and go out to enjoy, you don't know what's going to happen to you. You could go out to enjoy, come back with COVID and be gone by next week. So is it worth the risk? So in this age, the scriptures are so important, so important. So this daily reading that we're doing is very, very important. And so this was established. So, okay, this is wonderful. So we know that the scriptures are the key. So there's a nice occurrence that happened in the previous age. So one day, one guru, he had trained this disciple very nicely. And he'd been training him for many, many years. And the disciple himself became very prasid. And he himself started giving classes where the guru before was giving classes. So he was giving classes in the forest very nicely. He had a group of people that had gathered around him to listen. And one day, his spiritual master happened to be passing by that area. And he came, and his spiritual master came to the area where he was giving pravachan. And he was sitting on the Vyasasana, his disciple was. And from the Vyasasana, he saw his spiritual master. And he just carried on giving class. He thought, I'm speaking on Srimad Bhagavatam, and he just carried on giving class. And his guru, and this is the nature of a great person. A great person doesn't just react. This is very important. A great person has control over his senses. This is what it means to be great. In this day and age, it's seen that person that can get angry extremely fast. He must be the best because wow, look how angry he is. No, anyone can lose control of their senses very easily. A great person is one who doesn't actually react when situations happen. He is able to control himself. So his guru, when he saw then, he didn't think, oh, who's this nonsense disciple? Look what he's doing. The guru thought, wow, look at my disciple. He's doing so wonderful. Look, he's preaching so nicely. So he just put his hand, blessed the disciple, and turned around and walked off. And Lord Shivji and Parvati happened to be looking at the time. And Lord Shivji couldn't contain his anger. Became so angry, he appeared in the assembly as the disciple was giving class. And he cursed the disciple, saying, you disrespected your spiritual master by not standing up when your spiritual master was there. He trained you in all of this. So I curse you because you're less than a man. Become a man-eating Rakshas. And Lord Shivji cursed him. And the guru, when he turned around, saw this, he turned around and ran to Lord Shivji and said, please, please, forgive him. He's my disciple. I've trained him. He goes, clearly the fault must be with me. And Lord Shivji said, look, sorry, can't do anything. Once I've cursed him, he'll have to suffer. And the disciple also fell down at Lord Shivji's lotus feet. And his spiritual master said, well, how can he be relieved from this? And he goes, one day when someone tells him about the glories of Lord Ram, that's when he'll be delivered. And so the guru was happy and he paid obeisance to Lord Shivji. And the disciple was obviously despondent, but he thought, what can I do? I've been cursed now. So 7 days after that, he turned into a man-eating Rakshas. But because he had been trained in his previous life by his spiritual master, he actually had many yogic siddhis, even as a man-eating Rakshas. So he would go in these forests where the sadhus were staying, and he would eat these sadhus, and he would be able to eat them even though they had mystic powers, because he himself had mystic powers. So he was going around in this forest eating sadhu after sadhu, and everywhere he knew no one could stop him. And he said he didn't want to do these things, but because the tamogun had so completely enveloped him, he was forced, almost pushed to do these things. So remember, we are not in control of our actions. That's not to say that we're not responsible. We're influenced by the modes of material nature. The modes of material nature, Rajogun, Tamogun, Satogun, these things influence us. And when we come under the control of these things, we're pushed, almost forced to do the things which they're telling us to. This is where being a devotee is. You have to control. Sham dam, Guru Maharaj always used to tell me. So, because sham means control of mind, dam, control of senses. So, this disciple, as this man-eating Rakshas, was going around the forest. And one day, he came across an ashram. And he saw one sage there who looked very, very effulgent, very effulgent. And the sage was just coming back from having his bath. And he thought, right, I'm going to eat this person. So he ran full speed towards that sage. And as he came, he saw the sage looking so effulgent. And he ran and ran and ran towards him. And as he got to him, immediately he was stopped by some sort of incredible force. And he thought, what is this? How can anyone stop me? I've got yogic siddhis. I should be able to get this sadhu. And as he kept trying, he couldn't penetrate past this particular field around the sadhu. And he thought, what's happening? And he saw under his breath, the sadhu was saying something. He was saying something. And he inquired, he said, "O sage, how are you able to block me like this? I've been turned into this Rakshas by Lord Shiva, and I can eat almost any sadhu. How are you able to stop me?" And the sadhu said, "Because I'm actually chanting the shlokas of Ramayana under my breath." So Ramayana is so powerful that he was able to stop this Rakshas from eating him. And he said to the sadhu, "Who are you?" And he said, "My name is Gargamuni." And if those of you that don't know, Gargamuni is the Kul Guru of the Yadu dynasty, of Lord Krishna's dynasty. And he said, "I'm Gargamuni." And then that disciple's memory suddenly came back, and he realized Lord Shiva had told him, when you hear the glories of Lord Ram, you will actually be able to be delivered. So he requested Gargamuni, "Please, Gargamuni, can you sit and can you actually recite the Ramayana in full to me? If you do this, I'll be released from this curse." So Gargamuni sat down and actually recited the whole Ramayana. And this demon sat there very patiently and actually heard it. And after the 9 days of reciting, he became transformed again into a wonderful Brahman. So you can see the power of Ramayana. When you listen to Ramayana, it has the potential to clear you of all of your sins, of your barbs, and to change your nature. So you might think, great, I've been listening to Ramayana every day. We've been doing it every evening. Have you found that you've changed? I'm asking this to everyone, including myself. Or do we find, hold on, well, I'm still kind of the same. I enjoyed it. It was great, but I don't feel any different. I think the glories of Lord Rama are wonderful, but why have I not changed? So, like I said, there was another katha. One day, a sadhu was walking past a village. Now, in that village, there was a well. Now, sometime before the sadhu had got there, some weeks before, a dog had fallen into that well. And the well was very deep. And the dog had been struggling, barking. Anyone might notice that he's there. No one noticed. The well was at quite a distance. And eventually the dog died. And this well was where the villagers used to come to get their water. So the dog had died in there and it started to smell. And that smell was coming out everywhere. And everyone in the village could smell this smell everywhere. And they were thinking, how can we get rid of this smell? And the sadhu happened to be passing by the village at that time. And they thought, hold on, let's ask this sadhu. Maybe he'll know some special potency to help get rid of this smell. So they asked the sadhu, they said, look, we've got this smell going in our village. We don't know where it's coming from. So the sadhu said, okay, fine, let's go and find it. So they tracked it down to the well. And they saw, the sadhu said, this well, how is there smell? Was the smell used to come from before? They said, no, this used to be fine. So they lit a fire on a stick and shone some light down there. And the sadhu said, I can see what's happened. There's a dead animal down there. He said, look, here's what you do. To purify it, you need to put Ganga Jal in there. One of you go, get some Ganga Jal and put it in the well. That will purify it, get rid of the smell, and you'll be fine. So the sadhu went on his way. The villagers are very happy. Oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. So a few weeks later, the sadhu happened to be walking by the village again, and the villagers came and recognized the sadhu. They said, oh, you're the sadhu that came a few weeks ago. You don't know anything. You're nonsense. You're stupid. Who are you? This is terrible what you've done. It hasn't solved our problem at all. And the sadhu, like I said, the sadhus have control of mind, control over senses. He didn't react. He said, I'm sure you're correct. I am very fallen. But just tell me exactly where did the problem happen? I told you exactly what to do. So where did it go wrong? And they said to the sadhu, we didn't just bring one, bucket of Ganga Jal. It would be one of those, what are they called? They used to have like the whole butter and stuff in. Like matki, that's it, matki. Yeah, so it wasn't just one matki of, Ganga Jal. He goes, every single villager went and we bought 100 matkis of Ganga Jal and pour it in the well. And then nothing happened. The smell's still coming. So Sadhu was thinking, this is odd. So he went to the well again and he saw the smell is still coming. So he got to bring a light. And he brought the light and he goes, okay, I figured out what the problem is. And they said, what is it? Tell us. He goes, did you take the dog out of the well? Did you take the dog out of the well? And they went, oh no, we just put Ganga Jal on it, hundreds of buckets. He goes, unless you take the dog out of the well, you can pour millions of buckets of Ganga Jal. It's not going to make a difference. So similarly, for us, our hearts have so many impure things, so many desires. They call vasana. We're doing so, and these vasana, these desires are like dogs that have gone into this well, have died, and they're smelling. So you can see all these desires that we have for dhan, sampati, wealth, this, that, everything that's a material desire in our life is actually in the well of our heart, and is smelling, it's reeking. And what was the solution we've heard? Put the Ganga Jal of Bhakti in our hearts. Do chanting, do reading, do devotion. So we're getting the Ganga Jal and we're pouring it into this well again and again and again and again every single day. But until we take out those dead dogs of desires from our heart, you can put unlimited amounts of those devotional activities in. You're not going to change. That's the thing. He goes, if you're doing your upasana, which is your worship, you must first get rid of the vasana, the desires first. You have to dovetail all of your activities to pleasing Krishna. Because in Srimad Bhagavad Gita it says, one of the main things is understanding that Krishna is actually the enjoyer of all our activities. He is actually the enjoyer. When we're trying to do things to please ourselves, we're trying to be the enjoyer. And look how successful we are in that. Not at all. You can have as many things as you like to try and enjoy this world. You'll never, ever become satisfied. It's because we're constantly trying to please ourselves. So if we take out those seeds of desire from our heart, and actually, then when we pour that Ganga Jal of listening to the nectar of Ramayana, of actually doing our japa, that's when we'll actually get the benefit of it. And it's quite easy to do that now. The rest of the world is closed off from us. There isn't available things to enjoy in this world. So this is where that Ramayana will enter our hearts when we actually realize and take out those other desires and just have that desire every day to please the Lord. So I'm getting the signal. I think I've gone on a little bit too long. So if we can do a bit of Kirtan now, so we'll finish there. So Anuragi, if you can come. So Pidari, do you want to say a little something in the meantime? Can you put Mridanga on? That one's already fixed, yeah. No.
Yes, yeah.
Go on, mate. Right next to it. Maybe this one works. This one works. so get the other mic.
Okay, that was a lovely class. I really like the example of the dog in the well. That was a rough story. Jai Siya Ram, we all ready to have fun? And so thank you everyone for tuning in today. So let's remember Lord Ram's example. He's the ideal father, ideal son, ideal king. And we should try to also follow in his footsteps. So Anuragi, I mean, I'm sorry I'm wearing white, because you two are wearing green. That's Lord Ram's color. You're not going to wait for it.
Is it Karam? You have to wait. Pretty close. Put the level up. Okay. You have to wait.
Throw me the cushion from the back. So Anuragi, how come we didn't do anything for the children?
We ran out of time, didn't we?
We ran out of time. Because I have to go Purnima.
Yeah.
And the children are, I mean, they were off and they're going back to school, so.
They've gone back to school. They had Easter holidays, so while we've been doing the last few Bhagavad sessions, we've been brushing up their skills on debating.
Oh yeah,
So
how did that go?
we've been presenting different topics like does God exist or vegetarianism, and we have split the group with for and against, and they use a Krishna conscious philosophy that they've been taught over the years. So they've been debating between themselves, coming up with some really, really good, intelligent arguments. So it's a good basis, a good foundation for them for as they grow older, as they go into the workplace or schools, universities, they can actually, you know, think back that this is what we practice in Bhagavad, and it will come in handy as they grow older.
Yeah, Guru Sevak, you remember when you first went to university, because you assumed the whole world knows Krishna consciousness. But when you met people there, I think
Yeah,
you
it was
experience that, you know, you just accepted whatever was thrown at you, but people were telling, so maybe you could tell people how.
It's yeah, that's the first thing that I said when I was going into university. That I was told that you should actually set up a society there, and I said, look, I've never questioned Bhagavad Gita. I've always gone in saying, yeah, I accept that the Bhagavad Gita is the truth, the Lord is the truth. But for other people, how are they going to appreciate it? Because they're basically going to question. So I had to learn to teach the message of Bhagavad Gita, but with logic and with scientific arguments. So it's very nice, actually. We're going to cover many of the topics that we did in the university preaching with the youngsters, so that when they do go to universities themselves, they'll be well prepared to basically discuss with their friends when they get there.
Okay, so Anuragi, we've done the sing their prayers earlier on,
Yep.
so we'll just do the Kirtan and then. Anil always enjoys our Kirtan, so you know he's listening. So got to please him.
Govinda Narayana
Krishna
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Krishna Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Krishna Govinda
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna
Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Krishna Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Oh Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Oh Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Oh Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Vasudeva Govinda Narayana
Oh Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Rama Krishna Govinda Narayana
Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Bol Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
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 Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Ram Jai Jai Ram
Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Oh 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Darshan Nandan Raja Ram. Oh Darshan Nandan Raja Ram. Oh Kaushalya Nandan Sita Ram. Kaushalya Nandan Sita Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Syavar Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Wow, very good, very energetic. That was really nice. So one more. Anuragi, you got something? You haven't? Yeah, Guru. Raghunandan Raghavan Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare. Raghunandan Raghavan Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare. Nand Raghav Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama. Raghunandan Raghav Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare. Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare. Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare. Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare. Siya Rama Hare Siya Rama Hare
Siya Ram Hare, Siya Ram Hare.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh, Syamar Ramchandra Bhagavan ki
Jai Ho.
Jai Shri Ram. This is how we do it. So, Anuragi, I want a Maha Mantra from you. I know we haven't rehearsed all this, but we should hear something from you. As you're wearing green, it should be Hare Ram or Hare Krishna. Hope everybody's liking it.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Sri Ram. I'd like to thank all the devotees who donated towards the Varsana, service day. I think one day before the final day, they had the bungalows, as they call it. They decorated the whole altar on behalf of Coventry. And the Bhoga offering, Chapan Bhog, was from Coventry as well. And you'll be very interested to know 11 sadhus turned up. Because usually they give tickets to different sadhus. So after the Bhoga offering, they tell all the public to go. And only those sadhus who have the tickets, they can sit and have the prasadi. So what happened is 11 sadhus turned up. And because they're sadhus, Vishnu Goswami, he told his brother, just let them sit. It's okay. We don't need the ticket. So they served them prasad. And they also, on behalf of Coventry, they gave donation to each sadhu. So they gave it to them as well. And so then everybody said, we haven't seen these sadhus here before. Varsana, most of the sadhus goes there to see Radharani. So they sat and they said, this prasadam is very tasty. And he said, you have not, it's been sponsored. He said, because you haven't made that, it's not from you, it's not funded by you. Then he goes, there's a devotee called Haridas. He said, yes, it's from there. He says, we can tell. So then he says, I'll give you 50 rupees each. Shall I give you 100? He goes, no, we got enough money. And he had some other conversation about personal questions. And then he blessed him. He goes, everybody's blessed. He said, I'll get you some prasadam. And the sadhu said, no, we got to go. We haven't got time. So, Vishnu just went into the back room and he got some sukha prasad to come give it to the sadhus for the travel. When he came out, they were all gone. And there's only 3 ways out of that temple area, 2 on one side, 1 on another. So he went to the gatekeepers there. He said, did the sadhus go this way? They goes, no, nobody came here. He said, I was so surprised. I went outside as well, but they're nowhere to be seen. He said, but they blessed the day and blessed those who sponsored. So I wanted to share this with you, that he rang here, especially on this. He said, I'm so excited that these sadhus came and blessed everyone. And they said they enjoy the prasadam like anything. So I want to thank all of you for supporting that day. It was from Coventry, for your families and everything. So whatever donation you gave, Actually, you think it's between you and the donation box or the account. No, actually, the Lord and the devotees get to know about it. And they give blessings. You can't buy the blessings otherwise. It's via service. So today is Ram Navami. Please give generously like you always do. And because of lockdown, we don't have regular foot flow. People are not coming regularly to donate and all that. So festivals are the only time we can give something. So there's the Maha cake, Maha Prasad, there's the feast as well, and garlands, and so many other things. And Ragi had a list, but I think I've covered it all. So please be generous, including us here. We'll be giving. You got a cramp? He's got a cramp. Okay, so it's been a lovely evening. Hold on, let him go. Yes, he's got a cramp de la cramp. Okay, so it's been a lovely evening, lovely kirtans and lovely class, beautiful temple altar, the pujaris, and the prasadam was great as well. I must admit, I did have the cake which was cut in the afternoon, not the evening one. It was very tasty, Rita. It was really tasty. Do you hear me? It was very tasty. So I'm sorry you won't be able to get it because you live in Leicester. Well, Anyway, so I was just teasing there. There's so much lovely Maha. And this morning I was helping Prem Mandri in cooking. So I was managing the sink and cutting and chopping. I mean, I'm no expert at cooking. And it was quite a few hours. And she's not well, but somehow by Sri Ram's mercy, she was able to do many special items. It was fantastic. And I was thinking that festivals without doing service to the Lord, actually you don't get that much fun. You got to work for it, like cook for the Lord, sing for the Lord, decorate for the Lord. And Pranava, what an amazing family. The whole family gets involved. No excuses, anything. And for many, many days. And he has a plan. So I think Pranava family deserve a big round of applause. Hari bol, Hari bol. And also Ravi Tej, Nandini had a birthday, first year birthday and all that. And she was very excited. She always says all his children are really, really excited about Krishna consciousness. And same with Prem Prakash Prabhu, his son really trying, playing mridangas. They all read in the evening, which is fantastic. And there's Pattapavan, because of a little sad news within the family, they couldn't be with us. But as soon as they get time, they come back and they contribute so much, don't they? Young Nimaya as well is becoming expert in mridanga.
We do notice when devotees aren't there. We do really miss them.
Oh, we do miss them. We miss them all. It's a small community. But, we got real gems. All the families are really, really committed. And same with Vidu Prabhu and Vidurani. They're 100% committed. And now because the funeral is on Friday, and if anybody wants to zoom in or something like that, please contact us and we'll be able to give you details because they've got a big community. So if somebody wants to actually, log in on that day on Friday, I don't know the exact time for now. So we've been missing Vidur as well, and they've been missing the service. I would say Srila Prabhupada, done amazing that he went in 77 and years later, there's so much commitment globally, everywhere. And with this lockdown, we're really experiencing, if there's any joy, any anand, any bliss, it is in Krishna consciousness. In reciting, reading, japa, cooking for the Lordship, there's joy. I don't know about all of you, but I feel the love by the mercy of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada and the Vaishnavas. In the heart, you feel the connection. Because when we'll see the Lord, we don't know. But if you start to see the love in your heart, it means you're taking darshan of the Lordship. When we read Ramayana, are we not reading what actually happened? Itihas, it has happened. Itihas, history, his story. So it's not made up in the mind and all that kind of thing. Many communities, they become atheists. They start off by believing in God, and then because of material needs and expectations, and when they don't get what they wanted, they actually think there is no such thing as God or Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's maintaining every living entity from ant to Lord Brahma. Even Surya Dev gets his energy from the Supreme Lord. So we should appreciate, at every festival that the Lord doesn't have to come here to this material world, which is a miserable place. But he leaves Vaikunt, where everything is wonderful. Vai means without, Kunt means anxiety. But he comes and look at Lord Ram's life. You know, it was one kind of challenge after another. You know, his own wife, you know, they doubted her and she had to go to Valmiki ashram. Ravan went and, you know, kidnapped her, tricked her. But they knew this was going to happen. They still came. Why? So we should learn from it that in situations which are not as bad as what they had, they still didn't give up humanity, truthfulness, and dharma. We should learn that. As Guru Sevak said in his class, that after hearing so much Ramayana, how come we don't change? Because like Pundrik's father said, if you're having kheer and you still got supari in your mouth, you're not going to taste the original taste. You got to spit the supari off. So we must know what is the supari in our mouth, in our life, and you got to get rid of them. And then you will taste Krishna consciousness, which is absolutely beautiful. You know, the chanting is beautiful, the singing is beautiful, the dancing is beautiful, the prasadam is beautiful. Srila Prabhupada said it's practically recreation, this dharma, because it's a natural, you know, participation. We feel like singing, we feel like dancing, we feel like eating. But instead of sense gratification, it's devoted to Sri Ram, Sri Krishna. So this is the roundup for today. It's been a great festival. I really enjoyed it. You know, I missed the crowds and actually physical presence of someone, but, you know, the commitment is there equally. And we've enjoyed it. So I'd like to thank you, Anuragi, for, you know, all your commitment in arranging a lot of things regularly.
It's the team, technical team.
Well, I know
scenes.
there's a team, and there's, you know, Dinesh at the back there. You know, we never get to see him in the front, but he does that. And Shravan today, you can tell, you know, how he gets the pictures on pretty quick. You know, he's very, very good. He's a very good producer. And Alok and Sudarshan, his young Sudarshan has really, really come up. And there's so many people I could name. They all done very well. So if you were expecting something from us, we couldn't deliver, we do apologize. But I think we'll call it a night now. So we've got loads of rounds to do because we've been serving like anything. And enjoy your spring and summer. It's going to be great. And lockdown, please put the mask on. Keep away. I know when Bibu Gaur was here, I told him, oh, we got to do the mask. He goes, if you get corona, you get it. So Bhagwan ko to pata hai. So now he got it. And he was ringing Pujari saying, I don't know what to do. So please don't have this attitude like, it'll be all right. It isn't all right. It's a dangerous situation once you get it. It's a challenging thing. It destroys your health for quite a while. So please don't take chances, you know. Even if you get vaccinated, it does not protect you that much because new variants are coming and everything like that. So why don't you accept it and keep away? And we're trying the same here, you know. We're trying to avoid any contacts, anything, and getting familiar. So that was that. And please don't forget to donate. And thank you, everyone. And I think we can call it night. And thank you, Sudarshan. You want to say the final word?
And then please continue to keep joining us on daily Zoom artis. You can see the wonderful darshan via our temple cameras. And this is occurring every night, 7:30 p.m. daily arti, and then reading after that.
And the days we don't reading, we'll do japa.
We do japa, yeah.
But we'll continue with Ramayana for now.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Sri Ram. Jai Jai Sri Radhe Sham. Sachinandanitai Chan Ki Jai. What a wonderful altar. Doesn't it look nice? Look at that, amazing. Right? All with the clothes.
Jai Shri Ram.
I think that's the Pujari. There's the Pujari. He doesn't need a mic.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Jai Ho, Jai.
Okay, Shravan Prabhu, if you're listening, switch off.